Welcome to Listen and Sleep channel. Today we continue our journey into the world of Taoist wisdom, but this time we dive deeper into its mysteries. We will learn about practices that transformed philosophy into living experience, about internal alchemy capable of transforming a person, and about the legends of those who walked this path to the end. Get comfortable. Close your eyes. Let your breathing slow down. Let your body relax and your mind open to ancient knowledge that has been passed from teacher to student for thousands of years. Imagine a mountain monastery shrouded in morning mist. You hear the sound of a waterfall, birds singing, bamboo rustling in the wind. Here, in these places of power, masters practiced not simply reading texts, but the real transformation of their being. They believed that a person could become something more than just a mortal being. That hidden within each of us is the potential for transformation, for reaching that state which they called immortality. Breathe deeply and let this story carry you into a world where the boundaries of the possible blur and the ordinary becomes magical. After Lao Tzu left for the West, leaving behind his book of 81 verses, his teaching began to live its own life. The first generations read the Tao Te Ching as a philosophical text, as a guide to wise living. They understood the principles of non-action, valued simplicity, strove for harmony with nature. But gradually, some of them began to ask a deeper question. What if these principles could be not just understood with the mind, but lived through the body? What if the words about returning to the source are not just a metaphor, but a real practice? What if unity with the Tao can be not only felt in moments of meditation, but embodied in the very structure of one's being? What if a person truly can overcome the limitations of ordinary life and achieve that state which the ancients called immortality? Thus, a new direction in Taoism was born. If Lao Tzu was a philosopher sage, then those who came after him became practicing alchemists. They did not simply contemplate the Tao. They sought concrete methods of merging with it. They did not just read about non-action, but developed practices that allowed them to enter this state physically. At first, these seekers went the path of external alchemy. They thought that immortality could be achieved by creating a special substance, an elixir of life. In their laboratories, they mixed mercury and lead, gold and silver, added minerals and herbs, heated mixtures in cauldrons, trying to obtain that very potion that grants eternal life. Some emperors drank these elixirs and died of poisoning. The search for external immortality turned out to be a path to early death. But the failures of external alchemy led to a great discovery. The masters understood that they had been looking in the wrong place, that the real alchemical furnace is not a bronze cauldron, but the human body, that the real ingredients for the elixir of immortality already exist inside each of us, that the process of transformation must happen not in a laboratory, but in the depths of one's own being. Thus, internal alchemy was born. Niden. This term can be translated as internal pill or internal elixir. Taoist masters discovered that the human body is not just a physical shell, but a complex system of energy channels and centers through which life force flows. And if one learns to control these flows, incredible transformation can be achieved. Imagine a master who goes into the mountains. He finds a cave or builds a simple hut near a source of pure water. His life becomes extremely simple. He eats little, sleeps little, spends most of his time in meditation. But this is not an escape from life. It is intensive internal work. He learns to feel the subtle flows of energy in his body, to direct them, to purify them, to strengthen them. His breathing becomes so subtle that from the outside it seems as if he is not breathing at all. His pulse slows to a few beats per minute. Body temperature changes at his will. He can sit motionless for days, immersed in states that an ordinary person has never dreamed of. He transforms his body into an alchemical laboratory where processes occur that are inaccessible to external observation. Years of such practice change a person. His eyes begin to shine with a special light. His presence becomes healing for others. They say that some masters could go without food for months, nourishing themselves only with internal energy, that they did not age as quickly as ordinary people, that their bodies became light, almost weightless, that they could travel in other dimensions of consciousness, meet spirits and deities. But the most important thing is not these miraculous abilities, but the internal transformation. the practitioner of Naden gradually freed himself from fear of death, from attachment to desires, from the illusion of a separate self. He dissolved the boundaries between himself and the world, between life and death, between the temporal and the eternal. He became a living embodiment of the Tao, flowing through the form of a human body. Of course, not everyone reached such heights. Many practiced for years and gained only improved health, clarity of mind, emotional stability. But even this was considerable. And those few who walked the entire path to the end became legends. Stories were told about them. Temples were built for them. They were revered as immortal saints. Thus, the philosophy of Lao Tzu transformed into a practical system of self-transformation. Words about returning to the source became concrete meditation techniques. The principle of non-action turned into methods of working with internal energy. The wisdom of water that flows around obstacles became the foundation for understanding the flows of qi in the body. Philosophy came alive, became body, breath, energy. And although not everyone could go into the mountains and devote their whole life to practice, Taoist masters created methods accessible to ordinary people. Simple exercises that can be done at home. Breathing techniques that take a few minutes a day. Methods of internal attention that can be practiced during ordinary activities. The path to immortality opened not only for hermits, but also for those who live among people, work, raise children, participate in the life of society. Internal alchemy became a bridge between heaven and earth, between ideal and practice, between ancient wisdom and everyday life. And the key to this alchemy was understanding that inside each person there are 3 treasures, 3 jewels, proper work with which opens the path to transformation. At the foundation of internal alchemy lies a simple but profound idea inside a person. There are 3 basic substances, 3 types of energy, 3 levels of being. The ancient Taoists called them Jing, Qi, and Shen. These 3 characters can be translated in different ways, and each translation opens a new facet of understanding. But let us try to feel what this is through simple images and sensations. Imagine a candle burning in a dark room. It has wax. This is the material basis, what it is made of. There is factor. This is the process of burning, movement, energy. And there is light, that which emanates from the flame, illuminates the space, makes the surrounding world visible. Wax, fire, and light, three aspects of one phenomenon, but each has its own qualities and functions. So too, a person consists of three aspects. Jing is like Hua, the material basis, the substance from which we are made. Qi is like fire, the life energy that moves, acts, supports all processes. Shen is like light, consciousness, spirit, that which makes us conscious beings. Three treasures, three jewels that everyone has from birth. Jing is often translated as essence or primordial substance. This is the most dense, most material of the three aspects. If you could see Jing, it would be like a thick, viscous liquid stored in the deepest parts of the body. Ancient Taoists said that Jing is stored in the kidneys, in the area of the lower back, in the bone marrow. Jing is what you receive from your parents at conception. This is your original capital of life force. The quantity and quality of Jing determines your health, your ability to grow and develop, your reproductive power, your lifespan. A child is born with full reserves of Jing, which is why children are so alive, flexible, quickly recover from illness. But with age, Jing is gradually expended. Every time you get sick, overtire, experience severe stress, experience sexual exhaustion, Jing is spent. When the reserves of Jing are depleted, aging begins. Hair turns gray and falls out, teeth weaken, bones become fragile, memory deteriorates, sexual power fades. And when Jing is completely exhausted, death comes. Modern medicine speaks of genetic potential, of constitution, of innate immunity. Taoists spoke of Jing. Essentially, they were describing the same thing in different words, but they had an advantage. They not only understood what Jing is, but also knew how to work with it. Taoist masters discovered that although original Jing cannot be increased, it can be preserved and properly used. Its expenditure can be slowed. And most surprisingly, acquired Jing, which we receive from food and air, can be transformed into a form close to original Jing. This is like learning to turn copper into gold, not literally, but in terms of life energy. The first step in working with Jing is preservation. You need to stop wastefully spending what you have. Avoid exhausting practices of excessive sex, overeating, lack of sleep, constant stress. Live moderately, as Lao Tzu taught, not to the extremes of asceticism, but not in unbridled consumption of pleasures. The second step is nourishment. Taoists understood that proper food builds proper Jing. They preferred simple, natural food grown on healthy earth. They avoided processed products, alcohol, everything that weakens the body. They ate slowly, with gratitude, allowing the body to fully absorb nutrients. The third step is practice. There are special exercises for strengthening Jing. Some of them are related to sexual energy because sexual power is a manifestation of Jing. Masters learned not to lose this energy, but to direct it upward along the spine, nourishing the brain and spirit. This did not mean complete abstinence, but skillful handling of a powerful force. The fourth step is transformation. The most advanced practice is turning Jing into qi. We will talk about this further, but the essence is that gross material energy can be refined, made more mobile and manageable. As water evaporates and becomes steam, so Jing can transform into qi. A simple exercise for working with Jing. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Place your palms on the area below the navel, where the lower energy center is located. Breathe slowly and deeply, directing attention to this area. Imagine that with each inhale, you fill this center with light, warmth, life force. With each exhale, all tension leaves the body. Continue for 10 minutes. You do not need to see or feel anything special. Just hold attention in this area. Breathe calmly. Over time, you will begin to feel warmth, tingling, fullness in the lower abdomen. This is a sign that Jing is activating, strengthening, accumulating. This practice is especially important for modern people who live mainly in their heads, in thoughts and emotions. We are cut off from our bodily foundation, from our roots. Working with Jing returns us to the body, grounds us, gives stability and strength. This is the foundation without which it is impossible to build the edifice of internal alchemy. Remember, Jing is your foundation, your inheritance, your capital of life. Cherish it, nourish it, work with it consciously. This is the first treasure of 3 with which the path of transformation begins. If Jing is the material basis, the substance of life, then Qi is what sets this substance in motion. Qi is life energy, the flow that permeates all living things. Without Qi, the body is dead, cold, motionless. With Qi, it lives, breathes, moves, feels, acts. The word Qi is difficult to translate with one word into English. Sometimes it is translated as energy, sometimes as breath, sometimes as life force. But in reality, Qi is all of this and even more. This is a universal force that manifests at all levels, from the gross physical to the subtle spiritual. Imagine a river. The water in it is like Jing, substance, and the current, the movement of water, is like Qi. The current makes the river alive. Without current, it is just a stagnant pond that gradually becomes stagnant. So too, in the body, Qi must constantly flow. Otherwise, stagnation, blocks, diseases arise. Ancient Taoists discovered that special channels run through the body through which Qi flows. They called these channels meridians. There are 12 main meridians in total, plus several unusual channels. Each meridian is connected to a specific organ, with the liver, heart, lungs, kidneys, and so on. When Qi flows freely through the meridians, a person is healthy. All organs work harmoniously. The body is full of energy. The mind is clear. Emotions are balanced. But when blocks arise, stagnation of Qi, problems begin. Pain is always a sign of blocked Qi. Illness is the result of a long-term violation of circulation. What creates blocks? Many things. Incorrect breathing, because Qi is closely connected to breathing. Bad food that creates toxins in the body. Lack of movement. Qi loves to flow. But modern people sit most of the day. Negative emotions. Fear compresses Qi. Anger makes it rise uncontrollably. Sadness scatters it. But the main thing that blocks Qi is tension. Physical tension in muscles, emotional tension in the heart, mental tension in the head. Modern people live in constant tension, not even realizing it. We have learned to hold on, to control, to compress, and qi cannot flow freely through a clenched body. Qigong practices are methods of working with qi. The word Qigong itself means work with qi, or mastery of qi. There are thousands of Qigong exercises, but they are all based on several simple principles: relaxation, natural breathing, gentle movement, and directed attention. The basic exercise is called standing like a post. Stand straight, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. Raise your arms in front of you at chest level, as if hugging a large tree. Palms facing the body, fingers slightly spread. Close your eyes or leave them half open, looking down. Breathe naturally, without controlling your breath. Let it be on its own, slow, deep, soft. Start scanning the body with attention. Where is there tension? In the shoulders? In the lower back? In the jaw? Gently, without effort, allow this tension to dissolve. Do not fight it, just acknowledge it and let it go. Stand like this for 5 minutes. At first, this may seem long. Arms will get tired. Legs will ache. But gradually, the body adapts. Over time, you will begin to feel qi, tingling in the palms, warmth in the arms, waves of energy passing through the body. There may be a slight swaying. This is normal. Qi begins to flow, eliminating blocks. There are also moving forms of Qigong: 8 pieces of brocade, 5 animals, the play of birds. Many complexes where each movement is designed to open certain channels, activate certain organs. The movements are slow, smooth, like the dance of water or the flight of clouds. In them, there is no tension, no struggle, just natural flow. But the most important thing in Qigong is not the form of exercises, but the quality of presence. You can do movements mechanically, thinking about your affairs, and get almost nothing. Or you can just stand or move slowly, but be completely here. Feel every sensation, follow the flow of qi, and this will be real practice. Breathing plays a key role in working with qi. Taoists said the air we breathe contains heavenly qi, and the food we eat contains earthly qi. In the lungs, these two qi meet and mix, creating the true qi of a person. Proper breathing is the art of connecting heaven and earth within yourself. Natural Taoist breathing is belly breathing, how infants breathe. On the inhale, the belly gently expands. On the exhale, it naturally contracts. The chest hardly moves. This is deep, slow, relaxed breathing that activates the diaphragm, massages internal organs, calms the nervous system. Try right now. Place one hand on your chest, the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing the belly to rise and the chest to remain almost motionless. Exhale slowly, allowing the belly to descend. Take 10 such breaths. Notice how your state changes. The mind calms, the body relaxes. A feeling of centeredness appears. There are also more advanced breathing techniques. Reverse breathing, where on the inhale, the belly is drawn in. On the exhale, it expands. Breathing through pores, where you imagine breathing through all the skin. Embryonic breathing, where breathing becomes so subtle that from the outside it seems you are not breathing at all. But they are all built on the foundation of natural belly breathing. Working with qi changes life. When qi flows freely, you feel more energy, get tired less, recover faster. Your health improves because organs receive nourishment from qi. Your emotions stabilize because each emotion is a certain pattern of qi movement, and when you learn to control qi, you learn to control emotions. But the most important thing is that through working with qi, you begin to feel a connection with all living things. After all, qi is not only in you, it is in trees, in water, in air, in the earth under your feet, in the sky above your head. The entire universe is an ocean of qi, and you are a drop in this ocean, but a drop that contains the entire ocean. Qi is the second treasure, a bridge between matter and spirit, between body and consciousness. Having mastered the art of controlling qi, Taoist masters received the key to transforming Jing into qi, and then qi into Shen. This is the next stage of internal alchemy, which we will now discuss. the most subtle of the three treasures. The most elusive and, at the same time, the most obvious is Shen. If you were asked what in you knows that you exist, what is reading these words right now? What observes its own thoughts? You would point to Shen. This is consciousness, spirit, awareness. That very self that is impossible to grasp, but which is always here. The word Shen is translated as spirit, but this is not spirit in the religious sense, not a soul that is separated from the body. For Taoists, Shen is the highest aspect of a person, the most subtle form of energy that controls everything else. Jing is the foundation, Qi is the process, and Shen is what directs the process, what is aware of everything that is happening. Where does Shen live? Ancient Taoists said in the heart and in the space between the eyebrows, in the so-called third eye. But in reality, Shen is everywhere. It permeates the entire body, every cell, every atom. And at the same time, it goes beyond the body, extends into the space around, connects you with the universe. The quality of Shen manifests in the eyes. Look into the eyes of a child. They are clear, bright, full of light. This is strong Shen. Look into the eyes of a person who has been sick for a long time, depressed, exhausted. They are dull, extinguished. This is weakened Shen. Masters of internal alchemy had a special gaze, penetrating but soft, full of strength but without aggression. Their Shen was purified and strengthened by practice. What weakens Shen? Distraction. When attention jumps from one thing to another, never stopping. Worry when the mind spins in endless concerns about past and future. Excess sensory stimuli, bright light, loud sounds, constant flow of information. Lack of sleep, because in sleep, Shen is restored. Abuse of intellect, when a person lives only in the head, ignoring body and heart. The modern world especially depletes Shen. We are constantly in attention, tension, screens, notifications, multitasking, information overload. Our Shen is splattered in a million directions and has no opportunity to gather, rest, restore its wholeness. What strengthens Shen? First of all, meditation. Any practice that gathers scattered attention into one point nourishes Shen. This can be observing breath, repeating a mantra, contemplating a candle flame, listening to silence. The essence is that the mind stops rushing and finds peace. A simple practice for Shen: sit in a quiet place. Close your eyes. Do not try to control your breath or think about something special. Just observe. Notice thoughts that come and go, but do not follow them. Notice sensations in the body, but do not analyze them. Notice sounds around, but do not name them. Just be an observer, a witness of everything that is happening. This is harder than it seems. The mind is accustomed to grabbing every thought, every sensation. It wants to comment, analyze, plan. But if you gently, without struggle, return to the position of observer again and again, gradually the mind calms down. Thoughts become less frequent, periods of silence between them longer. In these moments of silence, you meet your Shen with pure consciousness that exists before all thoughts and emotions. This is not emptiness in the sense of absence, but fullness, vigilant clarity, luminous presence. Ancient Taoists called this original spirit, Yun Shen, as opposed to acquired spirit, which is formed through experience and learning. Shen is connected to emotional state. Each emotion affects Shen in its own way. Joy makes it expansive, but excess joy scatters it. Anger causes Shen to rise upward, to concentrate in the head, which can lead to headaches and insomnia. Fear causes Shen to descend and compress, depriving a person of clarity of thinking. Sadness depletes Shen, makes it weak and dull. Taoist practice teaches not to suppress emotions, but not to indulge them either. You need to feel an emotion fully. Acknowledge it. Allow it to be, but not identify with it. You are not your anger, not your fear, not your sadness. You are the one who observes these states, who feels them, but who is larger than they are. This is Shen, the position of witness, who remains untouched by storms of emotions. Sleep is critically important for Shen. During sleep, especially deep sleep without dreams, Shen returns to its source, to the emptiness from which it came. It rests there, purifies itself, restores itself. Therefore, people who are chronically sleep-deprived often have problems with clarity of thinking, emotional stability, decision-making. All of these are functions of Shen. Taoists practiced a special kind of meditative sleep where the boundary between waking and sleeping blurred. They learned to remain conscious even in sleep, to observe dreams without losing connection with Shen. This is an advanced practice, but even an ordinary person can improve the quality of their sleep by creating the right conditions: silence, darkness, coolness, comfort, absence of heavy food before sleep. Nutrition also affects Shen. Heavy, fatty food clouds consciousness. Alcohol and drugs temporarily alter the state of Shen, but then deplete it. Light, fresh, living food supports the clarity of Shen. Taoists preferred a simple diet with lots of vegetables, a little grain, minimal meat. Some advanced practitioners switched to eating only fruits or even learned to do without food, nourishing directly from qi. Nature is healing for Shen. Time spent in the forest, by water, in the mountains, restores the spirit. Why? Because in nature there is no excess stimuli, no information noise, no demands and expectations. You can just be, and your Shen naturally comes into balance. Even 10 minutes spent among trees can significantly improve the state of spirit. Creativity also nourishes Shen. When you draw, write poetry, play music, dance, not for the result, but for the process, not for others, but for yourself, you give Shen an opportunity to express itself. Shen loves beauty, harmony, creative self-expression. This is its natural language. The transformation of qi into Shen is the next stage of internal alchemy. When qi is purified and strengthened through practices of qigong, breathing and meditation, it can rise upward along the central channel, along the spine, and nourish the brain, strengthening Shen. Taoists called this opening the microcosmic orbit, the path along which energy circulates from lower centers to upper ones and back. But the highest practice is not strengthening Shen, but its return to emptiness. When Shen is purified from all attachments, from all concepts, from the very idea of a separate self, it dissolves in the Tao. This is immortality In the Taoist understanding, not eternal life of personality, but the merging of individual consciousness with universal consciousness. Shen is the third treasure, the crown of internal alchemy. Working with it requires subtlety, patience, constancy, but the fruits of this work are priceless. Clarity of mind, emotional balance, deep inner peace, the ability to remain centered in any circumstances, the experience of unity with all that exists. The three treasures, Jing, Qi, Shen, are not separate things, but three aspects of one whole. They constantly interact, influence each other, transform into one another. Healthy Jing creates strong Qi. Free Qi nourishes clear Shen. Awakened Shen directs Qi wisely. Controlled Qi preserves and transforms Jing. The path of internal alchemy is the path of harmonizing these three aspects, their purification, strengthening, and ultimately their unification into a single whole. When the three treasures work in perfect harmony, a person becomes healthy, energetic, clear, peaceful. And when they unite completely, a person overcomes the limitations of ordinary existence and touches immortality. Now that we understand the three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen, it is time to learn where they are stored and how their transformation occurs. Ancient Taoists discovered that in the body there are three special places, three energy centers, which they called dantian. This word can be translated as field of elixir or alchemical furnace. It is in these centers that the great work of internal alchemy takes place. Imagine your body as a house with 3 floors. The first floor is the area below the navel, where Jing is stored. The second floor is the area of chest and heart, where Qi circulates. The third floor is the area of the head, between the eyebrows, where Shen shines. These 3 floors are not isolated from each other. There are staircases between them, along which energy can rise and descend. The lower dantian is located about 3 fingers below the navel, in the depth of the abdomen. This is the root, the foundation, the source of life force. Here the original Jing, received from parents, is stored. Here also acquired Jing from food and air accumulates. This is the first furnace where gross matter begins its transformation into subtle energy. When masters speak of lowering qi into the dantian, they mean precisely this center. In modern life, most people live with energy concentrated in the head and chest. We think, worry, react emotionally, and all energy rises upward. We become like a tree without roots, easily falling from any wind. Lowering energy into the lower dantian means grounding, gaining stability. This is done through attention and breathing. Sit or stand comfortably. Place your palm on the area below the navel. Breathe with the belly, slowly, deeply. With each inhale, imagine how energy and attention descend downward, filling this area with warmth and light. With each exhale, tension from the head and chest flows down into the earth. Practice this 5 minutes every day. Gradually, you will learn to carry the center of your energy here, in the lower dantian. When this happens, life changes. You become more emotionally stable because you do not react to everything from the upper centers. Your health improves because energy nourishes internal organs. Your sleep becomes deeper because the mind does not spin in endless thoughts. The middle dantian is located in the center of the chest, in the area of the heart. This is the furnace of transformation, where Jing, having risen from the lower center, turns into qi. Here, emotions, feelings, the ability to connect with others live. The middle dantian is connected to the heart, not only as an organ, but also as the center of love, compassion, joy. When the middle dantian is open and balanced, a person feels a deep connection with the world. His heart is filled with warmth, the ability to give and receive love. But when this center is blocked by resentments, fears, closedness, a person feels isolated, lonely even among people. Practice for the middle dantian. Sit comfortably. Place both palms on the center of the chest, one on top of the other. Breathe softly, imagining that you breathe directly with the heart. On the inhale, the heart expands, filling with light. On the exhale, all heaviness, pain, closedness dissolve and leave. You can imagine green or pink light in this area, colors of healing and love. If memories come of people who caused pain, do not push them away. Acknowledge these feelings, but imagine how with each exhale you release resentment. Forgive, not for them, but for yourself. To free your heart, continue for 10 minutes. Over time, you will feel how the heart becomes lighter, warmer, more open. The upper dantian is located in the head, in the area between the eyebrows and a little deeper, where the pineal gland is located. The ancients called this place the Palace of Nirvana, or the Cave of Spirit. This is the third and highest furnace, where Qi turns into Shen, where spiritual enlightenment is born. Here is what many traditions call the third eye, the center of intuition, clairvoyance, direct knowing. When this center is activated, a person sees not only with eyes, but also with inner vision. He understands the essence of things, penetrates beyond the surface of phenomena, feels the connection between all that exists. But working with the upper dantian requires caution. One cannot try to open it by force without preparation of the lower centers. This is like trying to turn on the light on the third floor when there is no electricity on the first 2 floors. First, you need to strengthen the foundation in the lower dantian. Open the heart in the middle, and only then will energy naturally rise to the upper. A gentle practice for the upper dantian. Sit in meditation. Close your eyes. Gently direct attention to the point between the eyebrows. Do not strain. Do not force yourself to see or feel anything. Just hold attention there as if looking at a screen from the inside. Breathe calmly. There may be a feeling of pressure, warmth, tingling. This is normal. Internal light, colors, images may appear. Observe them without attachment. The 3 dantian are connected by a vertical channel that runs along the center of the body. Along this channel, energy can move up and down. Experienced practitioners learn to create circulation, to lower Shen from the upper center to the middle and lower, nourishing them with its light, and to raise Jing and Qi from the lower centers to the upper, giving fuel for spiritual transformation. There are also 2 main channels that form a circle along the front and back of the body. The back channel is called Du Mai, the governing vessel. It goes from the perineum up along the spine to the crown of the head, and further along the center of the face to the upper lip. The front channel is called Ren Mai, the conception vessel. It goes from the lower lip down along the front of the body to the perineum. Together, these two channels form the microcosmic orbit, the small, heavenly circulation. Opening this orbit is a key practice in Taoist internal alchemy. When energy freely circulates along this circle, powerful transformation occurs. Blocks dissolve, health strengthens, consciousness expands. Basic practice of the microcosmic orbit: sit with a straight back, close your eyes, direct attention to the lower dantian, breathe naturally. When you feel warmth or a sensation of energy in this area, gently direct attention to the perineum. Then lead attention upward along the spine, slowly, without haste, to the sacrum, to the lower back, between the shoulder blades, to the neck, to the back of the head, to the crown. From the crown, lead attention down along the center of the face, to the forehead, to the bridge of the nose, to the upper lip. Touch the tip of the tongue to the upper palate behind the front teeth. This creates a bridge between the two channels. Lead attention from the upper lip to the lower, down the throat, along the center of the chest, along the abdomen, back to the lower dantian. One circle is complete. Repeat 9 times, or 18, or 36. Numbers that are multiples of 9 are considered favorable in Taoist practice. Do not force it. Do not try to feel strong sensations. Just lead attention gently, like a shepherd leads a flock. Energy follows attention. Over time, this circle will open, and circulation will become natural, automatic. When the microcosmic orbit is open, one can move to the macrocosmic, the great heavenly circulation, where energy flows not only along the central channels, but also along all 12 meridians, along arms and legs, permeating the entire body with light and power. But this is an advanced practice that requires the guidance of an experienced teacher. The alchemical process occurs in several stages. First, they strengthen and preserve Jing in the lower dantian. This is the foundation without which further transformations are impossible. Then they transform Jing into qi. This happens through practices of breathing, movement, meditation. Gross material energy is refined, becomes mobile, manageable. Then Qi rises to the middle and upper dantian and turns into Shen. Life energy becomes spiritual light. Consciousness expands, purifies from obscurations, fills with wisdom and compassion. Finally, Shen returns to emptiness, to the original Tao from which everything came. This is the great completion, the goal of all alchemical work. It is important to understand that this is not a linear process where you pass one stage, complete it, and move to the next. It is rather a spiral where you return to each aspect again and again, but on a deeper level. Today you work with Jing, tomorrow with Qi, the day after tomorrow with Shen, and then again return to Jing, but now with new understanding. Taoist texts are full of symbols and metaphors to describe this process. They speak of the dragon and tiger that must meet and unite, of lead and mercury that are fused into gold, of the boy and girl who enter into sacred marriage. All these images point to the union of opposites, yin and yang, feminine and masculine, earthly and heavenly, inside the alchemical furnace of the body. For modern people, these metaphors may seem strange, archaic, but behind the symbols lies living experience that can be experienced directly. When you sit in meditation and feel how warmth rises from the lower abdomen upward along the spine, when you feel the pulsation of energy in the center of the chest, when you see inner light even with closed eyes. These are not fantasies, but real phenomena of internal alchemy. But it is important not to become attached to these experiences. They come and go. They are signs on the path, but not the goal itself. The goal is the transformation of your entire being, becoming who you always were in the depths, but forgot because of layers of conditioning. Returning home to the Tao, but a return that is conscious, enriched by all the experience of the journey through life. The alchemical furnace inside you is always working. Even if you have never heard of dantian, of the microcosmic orbit, of the transformation of the three treasures. Your body constantly turns food into energy, energy into thoughts and feelings. Practice simply makes this process conscious, directs it wisely, accelerates the natural evolution of consciousness. You are not creating something new that does not exist. You are opening what already exists but was hidden, purifying what is polluted, straightening what is crooked, returning to wholeness what was fragmented. This is the great work, the magnum opus of internal alchemy, turning an ordinary mortal being into an immortal sage. The word immortality evokes many associations. For many, it means living forever in a physical body, never dying, not aging, not getting sick. History is full of legends about the search for the elixir of immortality. Emperors sent expeditions to mythical islands. Alchemists brewed potions. Mystics searched for sacred formulas. But what did Taoists actually mean by immortality? The most important thing to understand is that the Taoist concept of immortality is multi-level. There are different degrees, different types of immortality, from the most gross to the most subtle. And the highest form of immortality is not preservation of the body, but transformation of consciousness. The first level is longevity, not eternal life, but significant extension of healthy, active life. Through proper nutrition, practices of Qigong, meditation, preservation of the three treasures. A person could live 100, 120, 150 years. In those times, when average life expectancy was 30 to 40 years, such an age seemed miraculous. Such people were called earthly immortals. They still lived on earth, but had already overcome the ordinary limitations of age. These long livers were living proof of the effectiveness of Taoist practices. They maintained a clear mind, strong body, active sexuality into deep old age. Their skin remained smooth. Hair did not turn completely gray. Teeth did not fall out. They continued to teach, practice, travel. Their presence inspired others to follow the path of internal alchemy. The second level is what can be called spiritual immortality. A person physically dies, but his spirit, his Shen, does not dissipate after death. He retains consciousness, the ability to act in subtle worlds, to influence the living. Such masters became spirit protectors, heavenly officials in the Taoist pantheon, helpers on the path for future generations of practitioners. Legends say that some masters predicted the day of their death, gathered students, gave final instructions, and left, sitting in meditation. Their bodies remained soft, faces peaceful, as if they were simply sleeping. And after a few days, the body became incredibly light, almost weightless, or disappeared completely, leaving only clothes. This was called liberation through the corpse, when physical form was shed like a snake sheds old skin. The third level, the highest form of immortality, is called heavenly or true immortality. This is a state of complete enlightenment, when even subtle forms of consciousness dissolve in the Tao. A person ceases to be a separate being and becomes one with universal consciousness. He does not exist as an individuality, but he exists as all that is. This is not destruction, not disappearance into non-being. This is expansion beyond all boundaries, inclusion in oneself of all creation. The drop is not lost in the ocean. It realizes itself as the ocean. The ray of light does not go out, merging with the sun. It understands that it was always the sun. It just seemed that it was separate. Masters who reached this state sometimes continued to manifest in physical form. They could appear simultaneously in different places, take any form, live as long as necessary to help others. But their true nature was beyond form, name, time. They became that which is the foundation of everything, the Tao manifested in human form. It is important to understand immortality in Taoism is not an egotistical desire of a small self to live forever. It is overcoming the very idea of a separate self. As long as you think, I want to be immortal, you strengthen the illusion of separateness, which creates death. True immortality comes when you understand no one is born, no one dies, because there is no one who is separate from the eternal flow of being. A practice for contemplating immortality. Sit in silence. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, who will die when this body stops breathing? Do not answer with words. Just look inside. What in you is aware that you exist? Can this awareness die? Was it ever born? Or is it always here, unchanging, eternal, observing the birth and death of forms, but itself not being born and not dying? When you touch this awareness, fear of death dissolves, not because you believe in some concept of afterlife, but because you see directly there is nothing to die. The form will change, the body will return to earth, but what you really are was never limited by form. This understanding liberates. You stop clinging to life out of fear of death. You stop postponing life for later. Each moment becomes precious because you realize eternity, not somewhere in the future, but here and now. Eternity is not infinite time, but the depth of the present moment in which time disappears. Taoist masters said he who is ready to die at any moment gains immortality, because he has already released attachment to existence, which creates suffering. He lives fully, joyfully, freely, not postponing happiness until tomorrow. And when the moment comes to leave the body, he does so easily, like removing worn clothes, knowing that his true nature remains untouched. Physical longevity, spiritual continuity, mystical enlightenment, all are forms of immortality, and each has its value. But the highest value is in the understanding that comes on the path to any of them, in the realization that you are not a separate wave in the ocean, but the ocean itself playing at being waves. And this ocean has no beginning and end, no birth and death. It simply is, always, everywhere, in everything. The search for immortality is the search for what is already immortal in you. Not creating something new, but opening the eternal. Not achieving a special state, but recognizing what always was. Returning home to the Tao, which was never far, because you never left it. You simply forgot, carried away by the game of forms, names, and time. Among all Taoist legends and myths, a special place is occupied by the stories of the Eight Immortals. Baxian. These are not just mythological figures. These are archetypes, each of which represents a certain aspect of the path to enlightenment. They were ordinary people with different fates and characters, but each found their own path to immortality and became patrons of those who walk a similar path. Why exactly 8? The number 8 has deep significance in Chinese culture and Taoism. 8 trigrams of the I Ching 8 directions of the compass, 8 winds. 8 is the number of fullness, completion of cycle, harmony of opposites. The 8 Immortals together represent all possible paths to enlightenment and show that the path is open to all, regardless of gender, age, social status. They are usually depicted traveling together on clouds or sailing across the sea on their magical attributes. Each carries a special object that became his symbol and magical tool. These objects are not just decorations. They are keys to understanding the teaching that each immortal carries. In folk tradition, the 8 Immortals became extremely popular. Their images decorated temples, houses, household items. People turned to them for help in different life situations. Each immortal patronized certain people and affairs. But behind folk religiosity lies deep philosophical and alchemical symbolism. The first thing that strikes you is that these 8 are very different. Among them are an old man and a youth, men and a woman, a rich aristocrat and a beggar, a military man and a musician. This shows that the path to immortality does not depend on external circumstances. It does not matter who you are by birth, how old you are, what your gender or social status is. What matters is what is inside: readiness for transformation, sincerity of seeking. The second thing that unites all 8 is that each passed through trials and suffering before achieving immortality. Some had poverty, some had illness, some lost loved ones, some were disillusioned in worldly achievements. No one was born immortal. All passed through purification by suffering, through renunciation of attachments, through the death of the old self. The third thing is that each of them not only achieved personal enlightenment, but became helpers for others. Immortality in Taoism is not selfish. Having achieved liberation, the master does not disappear into bliss, but returns to help those still on the path. The 8 Immortals constantly intervene in human affairs, protecting the righteous, punishing the evil, teaching sincere seekers. The fourth thing is that each has his own method, his own specialization. One is a master of alchemy, another of martial arts, a third of music, a fourth of healing. This shows that the Tao can be reached through any activity if you turn it into spiritual practice. You do not necessarily have to go to a monastery and meditate 24 hours a day. You can find the path in your ordinary life, in what you do every day. Stories of the Eight Immortals were passed from generation to generation. Each story is not just an entertaining tale, but a teaching encoded in symbols and events. Those who understand the language of these symbols can extract deep lessons about the nature of reality, about methods of transformation, about obstacles on the path, and ways to overcome them. In different source, the stories differ slightly. This is natural for oral tradition, where each storyteller adds his own details. But the essence remains unchanged. 8 ordinary people, each with their own shortcomings and problems, through practice, through the teaching of masters, through trials and purification, reached that state which goes beyond life and death. When a Taoist monk tells these stories to a novice, he is not simply transmitting information. He is planting seeds in the consciousness of the student. Seeds of possibility, hope, inspiration. If these 8 could, then you can too. If the path was open to an old man sick with leprosy, to a drunken beggar, to a spoiled aristocrat, then it is open to all who sincerely seek. And when the student begins to practice, when he meets difficulties, when he wants to give up, he remembers the stories of the immortals, how they did not give up, how they continued to practice even when it seemed there was no progress, how they passed through the darkest nights of the soul and emerged to the light. These stories become internal support, beacons on the path. Let us get to know them more closely. Each story is a separate pearl of wisdom, but together they form a necklace showing the entire spectrum of human experience and possibilities for transformation. Li Tieguai, the oldest and perhaps the strangest of the 8 Immortals. His name means Iron Crutch Li, and he is always depicted as an old beggar with disheveled hair leaning on an iron crutch. From his gourd, which he wears on his belt, smoke or a cloud sometimes emerges in which his soul can be seen traveling in other worlds. But the most striking thing about his appearance is that he is lame, sometimes even depicted as legless, with a disfigured face, According to one legend, Li Tieguai did not always look like this. In his youth, he was a handsome man and a diligent student of Taoist arts. His teacher, Lao Tzu himself, taught him the art of leaving the soul from the body to travel in spiritual worlds. Once Li decided to go to the heavens to meet the immortal masters. Before leaving, he told his student, "If I do not return in 7 days, burn my body." Days passed, and on the 7th day, the student received news that his mother was dying. He hesitated. What is more important, duty to the teacher or duty to the mother? In the end, love for the mother won. On the 6th day, he burned the teacher's body and hurried home. When Li's soul returned from the heavens, it discovered that the body was gone. Time was running out. The soul could not exist long without a physical shell. Li looked around and saw by the road the corpse of a beggar who had just died of hunger and disease. The body was repulsive, lame, disfigured. But there was no choice. Li entered this body and came alive in it. At first, he was in rage and despair. From a handsome man, he turned into an ugly beggar. But then understanding came. This is a test, a lesson about non-attachment to external form, about the fact that the true nature of a person is not in the body, but in the spirit. And Li accepted his new form. Moreover, he understood that this way he is closer to simple people, to the suffering, to those rejected by society. His ugliness became his strength, his way of serving those who need help most. Lao Tzu, seeing the humility and wisdom of the student, gave him an iron crutch for support and a golden band to hold his disheveled hair. Since then, Li wandered the world as a beggar healer. He possessed enormous knowledge of medicine and alchemy, could heal the most severe diseases, but he came only to those who truly needed it, to the poor whom ordinary doctors ignored. His gourd was magical. In it were stored healing potions that never ran out. From it came smoke that could turn into a cloud on which Li traveled through the heavens. Sometimes from this smoke appeared his double, a spiritual body that could act independently of the physical form. Li Tieguai became the patron of healers, doctors, pharmacists, but also the patron of outcasts, deformed people. those whom society rejects because of appearance. His story teaches the deepest lesson about non-attachment to form. You are not your body, not your appearance, not your social status. You are spirit that can inhabit any form and use any circumstances for growth and service. Li Tieguai's meditation is the practice of awareness of yourself as a soul temporarily inhabiting a body. Close your eyes and imagine that your consciousness is light that fills the body, but is not limited by it. Feel that you are not a body that has consciousness, but consciousness that temporarily uses a body as a tool. If this body changes, ages, gets sick, dies, you as consciousness will remain unchanged. This liberates from fear of changes and grants deep balance. Zhongli Quan is often depicted as a plump, cheerful old man with a bare belly holding a large feather fan. Unlike the disfigured beggar Li Tieguai, Zhongli looks like a person satisfied with life who has known all its pleasures and gone beyond them. His fan is not just a fan. It is a magical tool capable of resurrecting the dead, expelling evil spirits, and creating winds that carry blessings. According to legend, Zhongli was born in an aristocratic family and from childhood was prepared for a military career. He was a talented commander and quickly rose through the ranks. The emperor trusted him with command of the army in important campaigns. But once Zhongli suffered a crushing defeat in battle. His army was defeated, soldiers scattered, he himself barely escaped. In disgrace and despair, he fled to the mountains. There, lost in a foggy valley, he met a strange old man who led him to his hut. The old man turned out to be a Taoist hermit and master of internal alchemy. He accepted Zhongli as a student and began to teach secret practices. The years of training were difficult. Zhongli was accustomed to luxury and comfort, life in a simple mountain hut, meager food, long hours of meditation. All this was a test for the former general. But gradually, he learned to appreciate simplicity, found joy in practice, discovered inner treasures that do not depend on external circumstances. The master transmitted to him the teaching about immortality, about the transformation of the three treasures, about the circulation of energy along the microcosmic orbit. Zhongli practiced diligently and reached high states. They say he could fly, become invisible, live without food, predict the future. But most importantly, he gained inner peace, which no external defeat or success could destroy. When Zhongli returned to the world of people, he was already immortal. He did not return to a military career, but became a teacher of Taoist arts. His most famous student was Lu Dongbin, who also became one of the Eight Immortals. Zhongli transmitted to him all the secrets he himself received, and so the teaching continued to spread. Zhongli's fan symbolizes the power of breath and qi. In Taoist practice, proper breathing is the foundation of everything. A fan creates wind, as breath creates the flow of qi. Zhongli waving a fan reminds practitioners of the importance of breathing exercises, of the power hidden in such a simple and natural process as inhale and exhale. His large belly is a symbol of the lower dantian, accumulated energy, strengthened Jing. In Chinese tradition, a large belly on a master is not a sign of gluttony, but a sign of mastery of internal practices. Energy is gathered and preserved in the lower center, creating the foundation for longevity and spiritual achievements. Zhongli became the patron of military men who seek a spiritual path and teachers of internal alchemy. His story shows that defeat can become the beginning of true victory. That loss of everything external can lead to gaining inner treasure. That falling is sometimes the only way to learn to fly. Zhongli's practice is working with the qi fan. Stand comfortably. Raise your arms in front of you, palms facing the body. Slowly spread your arms to the sides on the inhale, as if opening a fan. Bring them together on the exhale, as if closing. Breathe with the belly. Imagine that each arm movement creates waves of energy that massage your internal organs, clear stagnation, fill the body with power. A simple but powerful exercise for activating qi and strengthening the center. Han Xiangzi, a youth with a jade flute, patron of musicians and poets. Unlike the stern masters of asceticism, Han Xiangzi represents the path through beauty, art, harmony of sound. His music, as legends say, could make flowers bloom in winter, calm a storm, charm wild beasts, heal the sick, awaken spiritual understanding in listeners. Han Xiangzi was the nephew of the famous Confucian scholar Han Yu, who lived during the Tang dynasty. From childhood, the boy showed unusual abilities and interest in Taoism, which worried his Confucian uncle. Han Yu wanted his nephew to follow the path of state service, study classical texts, pass imperial exams. But the youth was attracted to something else. He wanted to understand the secrets of nature, learn to live in harmony with the Tao. He was especially drawn to music. He felt that music hides the key to understanding the universe, that the right sounds can tune a person to cosmic harmony, open doors to other dimensions of consciousness. Once, Han Xiangzi met Lu Dongbin, one of the 8 Immortals who wandered the world in search of worthy students. Lu recognized in the youth a special soul and took him under his wing. He took Han Xiangzi into the mountains, where he taught him Taoist practices, alchemy, working with energy. But what is especially important, Lu taught him to understand music not as entertainment, but as spiritual practice. Each sound is a vibration that resonates with certain aspects of the human energy system. The right music can cleanse meridians, harmonize organs, calm the mind, open the heart, lift the spirit to higher states. Han Xiangzi practiced for years, perfecting the art of playing the flute to such a degree that his music acquired magical power. He could play the flute and enter deepest meditation simultaneously. Music flowed through him without effort, like water flows along a riverbed. He did not play music. He was music, the expression of Tao in sounds. When Han Xiangzi achieved immortality, he did not leave for heavenly palaces, but continued to wander the earth, playing his flute. His music brought joy to simple people, but to those who knew how to listen deeper, it opened gates to subtle worlds, reminded of the beauty of Tao, awakened sleeping spirituality. The flute symbolizes breath and emptiness. The flute is hollow inside, and it is this emptiness that allows it to produce sound. So too, a person must become empty inside, cleanse himself of unnecessary thoughts, emotions, desires, so that Tao can flow through him and manifest as the music of life. Breath passing through the flute becomes melody. Qi passing through a purified person becomes spontaneous, right action, creativity, love. Han Xiangzi is the patron of all who seek spirituality through art. Artists, musicians, poets, dancers. His path shows that it is not necessary to sit in a cave and meditate 24 hours a day. You can find the Tao in beauty, in creative expression, in creating harmony through art. Lu Dongbin is perhaps the most famous and revered of the Eight Immortals. Scholar, poet, master of the sword, alchemist. His figure unites intellect and spirituality, strength and wisdom. He is depicted as an elegant, middle-aged man with a sword behind his back, sometimes with a fly whisk in hand, a symbol of the ability to drive away illusions and attachments. Lu was born in an aristocratic family, received a brilliant education, was a talented scholar and poet. He tried several times to pass the imperial exams to get a high position, but each time failed. This disappointed him because he knew he was more capable than many who got positions. Once in an inn, he met the Taoist master, Zhongli Quan. While food was being prepared, Lu dozed off and had a dream. In the dream, he passed the exams, got a high position, married a beauty, amassed wealth, achieved power and fame. But then he fell into disgrace, lost everything, was exiled, died in poverty and loneliness. Lu woke up, and the food was not yet ready. This is the famous dream in the inn, the dream that showed Lu the futility of worldly strivings, an entire life of successes and failures, joys and sufferings passed in a dream while millet was cooking. What then is real life? Is it not the same long dream where we chase phantom goals, forgetting to ask, who is the one seeing this dream? Shaken by this experience, Lu asked Zhongli to accept him as a student. But the master said, first, you must pass 10 trials to prove the sincerity of your aspiration and purify your heart of attachments. And the trials followed: betrayal of friends, loss of wealth, death of loved ones, slander, poverty. All turned out to be illusions created by Zhongli for testing. But Lu did not know this, and in each trial he maintained balance, did not succumb to anger, greed, revenge, despair. Having passed the trials, Lu became a devoted student. Zhongli transmitted to him all the secrets of internal alchemy, practices of longevity, methods of spiritual transformation. Lu practiced with incredible diligence, combining intellectual understanding with direct experience. He achieved immortality and became one of the greatest teachers of Taoism. Lu's sword is not an ordinary weapon. This is a sword of wisdom that cuts off illusions, cuts the guns of karma, protects from evil forces. In Taoist tradition, the sword symbolizes a penetrating mind that sees through the appearance of things, their true nature. Also, the sword symbolizes determination and courage necessary on the spiritual path. Lu wandered through China, helping people, fighting demons internal and external, teaching worthy students. One of his students was Han Xiangzi. Others were many who later themselves became teachers. Legends about Lu are countless. He appeared now as a rich merchant, now as a beggar, now as a young student, testing people and helping those who showed kindness and sincerity. Lan Kaihe, the only androgynous figure among the Eight Immortals, sometimes depicted as a man, sometimes as a woman, often as a youthful being of indeterminate gender, wears rags decorated with flowers, holds a basket of flowers or gardening tools, one shoe on the foot, the other removed, a symbol that Lan lives with one foot in this world, the other already in the world of immortals. Little reliable information is known about the life of Lan Kaihe, which is symbolic in itself. This figure represents fluidity, uncertainty, going beyond all categories and definitions. Lan is not male and not female, not old and not young, not rich and not poor, not smart and not stupid. Lan simply is, freely, spontaneously, joyfully. According to one legend, Lan Kaihe was a street singer who wandered through cities and villages, singing songs about the futility of worldly cares and the beauty of Tao. Dressed strangely, behaved eccentrically, often seemed drunk or insane. People gave coins for songs, but Lan did not collect them. Instead, strung them on a long rope which dragged behind. Coins fell, were lost, but Lan paid no attention. This replete non-attachment to the material, this indifference to wealth and poverty, attracted the attention of the immortals. They recognized in Lan a soul that already lives in a state of freedom, that does not cling to anything in this world. Once during a feast, Lan suddenly removed his only shoe, rose into the air on a cloud, and disappeared, leaving only a basket of flowers. The basket of flowers is a symbol of beauty that blooms and fades, but remains eternal. Each flower lives a short time, but flowers continue to bloom year after year, century after century. So too, life. Forms are born and die, but life continues. Lan carries these flowers as a reminder of impermanence and at the same time of eternity. One shoe is a play with duality. In this world, but not completely. Connected to earth with one foot, free with the other. Neither here nor there, but everywhere. Lan teaches going beyond all categories, male, female, young, old, sacred, mundane, serious, playful. True freedom is where there is no more division into opposites. Lan Kaihi is the patron of gardeners, florists, wanderers, and all who live outside social norms. Those who do not fit into categories, who refuse to play by the rules, who find their path outside the beaten roads, but also the patron of childlike spontaneity and joy, the ability to live simply without caring what others think. Now let us meet the last three immortals, each of whom carries his own unique wisdom. Zhang Guolao, the oldest in spirit among the immortals. He is always depicted riding backwards on a white mule or donkey. Sometimes the mule is made of paper, and Zhang can fold it, hide it in his pocket, and when needed, spit water on it, and it comes alive. The old man carries with him a bamboo drum or tube, yugu, a musical instrument that produces strange, hypnotic sounds. Legends say that Zhang lived even in the time of Emperor Yao, 2,500 years before our era. But his exact age is unknown. Some stories hint that he existed from the beginning of time, that he was present at the creation of the world. Zhang himself spoke in riddles, never gave straight answers to questions about his age and origin. Why does he ride backwards? This is a deep metaphor. Most people look forward into the future, make plans, strive for goals. Zhang looks back toward the source, toward the beginning. He moves toward the future, but his attention is directed to the past, more precisely to the original state before time, before forms, before the division into yin and yang. To ride backwards means to return to the source even while moving forward. The white mule, or donkey, is a symbol of simplicity and endurance. This is not the noble horse of an emperor, but the working animal of a simple person. But precisely on this humble creature, Zhang can travel anywhere, to any time, to any dimension. The ability to fold the mule into paper symbolizes that everything material can be reduced to its subtle essence and then manifested again. According to one story, the emperor of the Tang dynasty, having heard of the miraculous old man, invited him to court. Zhang appeared, but behaved so strangely that some courtiers doubted his wisdom. The emperor asked him to demonstrate his abilities. Zhang drank an entire jug of wine, lay down, and died. His body began to decompose, emitting a terrible smell. The courtiers wanted to bury the corpse, but the emperor ordered them to wait. A few days later, someone saw Zhang alive and well riding a mule in the mountains far from the capital. When they returned to the palace, they discovered that the body had disappeared. Zhang showed that life and death for him are simply illusions between which he can pass at will, that his true nature is not limited to one body, one time, one place. Zhang Guolao is the patron of elders, long livers, those who have retained clarity of mind in old age, but also the patron of those who go against the current, who look at the world differently than everyone else, who ask strange questions and give unusual answers. His teaching is movement toward the future through return to the source, progress through regress, evolution through involution. He Xianggu, the only woman among the Eight Immortals, although she is not the only female immortal in Taoist tradition. She is depicted as a young, beautiful woman, often with a lotus flower or a basket of peaches of immortality. Sometimes she holds a bamboo ladle, a symbol of simplicity and service. He was born in the 7th century in Guangdong province. From childhood, she differed from other girls. She was more interested in meditation and nature than games and dresses. At 14, she had a dream in which an immortal spirit appeared and said, "Eat mica powder from Mount Yunmu, and you will be able to fly and not die." Waking up, he went to the mountains and indeed found deposits of mica, a mineral that Taoists considered especially favorable for purifying the body. She began to eat this powder, gradually reducing the amount of ordinary food. Over time, she completely stopped eating solid food, nourishing herself only with mica, dew, and sometimes fruits. Her parents wanted to marry her off, but he refused. She took a vow of celibacy and devoted herself to Taoist practice. Every day, she went into the mountains, gathered healing herbs, meditated by waterfalls, practiced breathing exercises. Her body became lighter. She could move with incredible speed, cover huge distances in one day. Gradually, she gained the ability to levitate. They say she could walk on water, fly through air, become invisible. But most importantly, she developed deep compassion for all living beings. Gathering herbs in the mountains, she brought them to villages and treated the sick for free. She especially helped women and children. The lotus she holds is a symbol of purity and enlightenment. The lotus grows from mud, but its flower remains pure. So too, a person can live in a world of suffering and pollution, but preserve purity of spirit. The lotus is also a feminine symbol associated with fertility, birth, nourishment of life. The peaches of immortality are fruits from a mythical tree that grows in the garden of Shiwangmu, the Queen Mother of the West. These peaches ripen once every 3,000 years, and whoever eats them gains immortality. He Xianggu, as they say, received these peaches as a gift from Shiwangmu herself, and became the keeper of this sacred knowledge. He became the patron of women who seek a spiritual path. In the patriarchal society of ancient China, the path of a woman to spiritual achievements was difficult, but he showed that a woman can reach the highest levels of realization, that feminine nature is not an obstacle, but a special path with its own advantages. Feminine softness, acceptance, intuition, connection with cycles of nature, all this can become strength on the path to immortality. Cao Guojiu, the only one of the 8 Immortals who was born in an imperial family. He was the brother of an empress of the Song dynasty, lived in luxury and comfort, had everything one could wish for. He is depicted as an elegant aristocrat in court robes, holding jade tablets that gave the right to enter the palace. But tragedy destroyed his prosperous life. His younger brother, spoiled by power and impunity, committed a grave crime. He killed a man. Cao tried to reason with his brother, but he did not listen. When the crime was revealed, the scandal shocked the entire court. Cao was disgraced, although he himself had done nothing wrong. Shocked by the fall of his family, disillusioned in worldly power and wealth, Cao gave away all his property to the poor, removed his court robes, and went into the mountains. He sought solitude to purify his soul from shame, from guilt for his brother's actions, from attachment to the lost position. In the mountains, he met Zhongli Quan and Lu Dongbin, who recognized in him a sincere seeker. They accepted him as a student and began to teach Taoist practices. Cao practiced with such diligence that only one who has lost everything external and seeks something true inside can show. Years of practice transformed him. The aristocrat, accustomed to luxury, learned to live in a cave, eat simple food, find joy in meditation. He understood that real wealth is not in gold and power, but in inner peace. That true nobility is not in title, but in quality of character. That real power is not in the ability to command people, but in the ability to control one's own mind. The jade tablets he holds are a symbol of his past, but also a symbol of transformation. These tablets gave access to the imperial palace, to worldly power. Now they became a reminder of the futility of worldly achievements. But in a deeper sense, they symbolize access to the heavenly palace, to the kingdom of immortals. External status transformed into internal achievement. Cao Guoju is the patron of those who lost everything, and through this loss found themselves. He shows that the path to immortality is open to all, regardless of origin. Rich or poor, aristocrat or peasant, all this does not matter. What matters is sincerity of seeking, readiness to release attachments, ability to learn from one's own and others' mistakes. The Eight Immortals together form a complete picture of the path to enlightenment. Men and a woman, young and old, rich and poor, military men and artists, scholars and commoners. Each passed through their own trials, each found their own method, but all came to one goal: overcoming the limitations of mortal existence. Their stories are not just legends. They are maps of the territory of spiritual journey. When you meet loss, remember Kao Guoju. When you feel ugly or rejected, remember Li Tieguai. When you suffer defeat, remember Zhongli Quan. When you seek the path through beauty, remember Han Xiangzi. When you need wisdom and strength, turn to Lu Dongbin. When you want freedom from categories, follow Lan Kaihe. When you need to return to the source, ride with Zhang Guolao. When you seek the feminine path, learn from He Xianggu. They are here, always, not as distant gods in the heavens, but as living presence, as archetypes in the depths of your own psyche. Their qualities are in you. Their path is your path. Their immortality is a reminder that in you there is something that was never born and will never die. The stories of immortals inspire. But how does an ordinary person begin to practice what they practiced? Not everyone has the opportunity to go into the mountains for years. Not everyone can devote life only to spiritual practice. But Taoist masters created methods accessible to people living ordinary lives. Methods that can be integrated into everyday life, that do not require renunciation of the world, but gradually transform the one who practices them. Let us start with morning. How do you wake up? Most people open their eyes and immediately think about problems, plans, obligations. The mind instantly turns on into activity mode. Try differently. Waking up, do not open your eyes immediately. Lie for a few minutes, being aware of breathing. Feel your body, each part of it. Say thank you for a new day, for the opportunity to practice, for life. Then, still lying, do a simple exercise for activating qi. Rub your palms together until they become warm. Apply warm palms to your face. Gently massage the face with circular movements. Massage the ears. They are full of acupuncture points connected to all organs. Comb your hair with fingers massaging the scalp. This stimulates blood circulation and awakens energy. Sit on the edge of the bed, feet on the floor. Do the exercise of tapping teeth. Tap upper and lower teeth against each other 36 times. This is an ancient Taoist practice for strengthening teeth, gums, bones. Then, with the tongue, make circular movements along the gums, collecting saliva. Swallow the saliva, imagining that this is a precious elixir, nourishing internal organs. Stand up and do a few minutes of stretching, but not mechanically, consciously. Accompany each movement with breathing. Stretch like a cat, awakening each vertebra, each joint. Rotate head, shoulders, arms, hips. Everything slowly, without haste, with attention to sensations. If there is time, do a short Qigong practice. At least 5 to 10 minutes of standing like a post or simple movements. If there is no time, simply stand for a minute in silence. Attention in the lower dantian, breathing calm. This minute will set the tone for the whole day. Breakfast can also be practice. Eat slowly, consciously. Taoists said chew food until it becomes liquid before swallowing. This helps digestion and absorption of nutrients. Eat in silence or listening to calm music, not reading news and not looking at the phone. Food is not just fuel. It is a meeting with the energy of earth, sky, sun, rain that created this food. During the day practice, conscious breathing. Set a reminder on your phone every hour for 1 minute. When it goes off, stop. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep belly breaths. This interrupts automatism, returns you to the body, refreshes the mind. If you work sitting, every hour, get up and do a few simple movements. Rotate shoulders, bend to the sides, stretch, massage acupuncture points on hands. The Hegu point between thumb and index finger relieves headache and tension. The Neiguan point on the inner side of the wrist calms the heart and emotions. While working practice, the principle of unaction, Wu Wei. Do what needs to be done without excessive tension. Do not fight with tasks, but flow with them. When you feel resistance, stop, breathe, relax, then continue. Often the most complex problems are solved easily when you stop pressing on them. Interacting with people. Remember the harmony of yin and yang. Listen more, speak less. this is yin. Be soft but firm in what is important. This is balance. Do not try to change others, but be an example. This is true influence. In the evening, returning home, make a transition from external activity to internal peace. You can take a warm bath, adding salt or herbs. Water washes away not only physical dirt, but also energetic tension, others' emotions, accumulated during the day. Imagine how everything unnecessary flows into water and leaves. Dinner should be light. Taoists said, eat breakfast yourself, share lunch with a friend, give dinner to an enemy. This means that the main food should be taken in the first half of the day when digestive fire is strong. In the evening, the body prepares for sleep. It is difficult to digest heavy food. Before sleep is an especially important practice, cleansing the day. Sit in meditation, review the past day like a film. Without judging yourself, notice where you acted from awareness and where from automatism, where you were kind and where you were rude, where you were centered and where you lost balance. Not for self-criticism, but for learning. Then the practice of forgiveness. If someone offended you today, release the resentment, not for them, but for yourself, so as not to carry this weight into sleep. If you offended someone, wish them well, and decide to correct the situation tomorrow if possible. Cleanse your heart before you fall asleep. Lying in bed, lie on your back, arms along the body or on the belly. Do the practice of body scanning. Direct attention to the crown of the head, then slowly descend down. Forehead, eyes, jaw, neck, shoulders, arms. With each part of the body where attention comes, relaxation occurs. Continue down, chest, belly, pelvis, legs, feet. By the time you reach the feet, you will be deeply relaxed. If it is difficult to fall asleep, do not fight. Practice 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Repeat several cycles. This calms the nervous system and naturally leads to sleep. Once a week, if possible, spend several hours in nature. Forest, mountains, river, sea. It does not matter where. The main thing is away from city noise. Walk slowly, consciously. Look at trees, listen to birds, feel wind on skin. Nature automatically balances your energy, cleanses from accumulated stress, reminds of connection with all living things. Once a month, you can do a day of silence. Spend a day not talking. Minimize external stimuli. Read only spiritual texts, or do not read at all. Meditate, walk, contemplate. Allow the mind to rest from the constant flow of information and interactions. Practices can be gradually deepened. Start learning Taiji or Qigong with a teacher. Master meditation on the microcosmic orbit. Study principles of nutrition according to the 5 elements. Learn acupressure for self-help. But what matters is not the quantity of practices, but the quality of presence in each. The Taoist path is a path of gradual transformation. Do not expect dramatic experiences or instant enlightenment, but notice small changes day by day. More energy, fewer illnesses, calmer mind, warmer heart, clarity in decisions, joy in simple things. Over time, practice becomes not what you do, but who you are. Breathing naturally deep, posture naturally straight, movements naturally graceful, words naturally wise, heart naturally kind, mind naturally clear. You do not try to be this way, you simply are, because you have returned to your original nature. This is the practical path to immortality, not in the sense that the physical body will live forever, but in that you connect with what in you is already immortal, with that awareness that existed before the birth of the body and will exist after its death, with the Tao that manifests through you, but is not limited by you. In the history of Taoism, there were masters for whom ordinary life among people was not enough. They felt the call of mountains, the pull to absolute solitude, the need to devote themselves to practice completely without compromises. These hermits left everything, homes, families, possessions, social connections, and went into the mountains, sometimes for years, sometimes forever. Imagine a person walking along a mountain path with a small bag on his back. In the bag are a few simple clothes, a bowl for water, perhaps a flute, or a book with texts of the Tao Te Ching. Nothing more. He left behind the whole world of achievements and desires successes, and failures. Ahead are only mountains, clouds, silence, and himself, or rather, what he will discover in himself when everything external is removed. Mountains have always been sand in Chinese culture. They are closer to heaven, farther from worldly bustle. The air there is pure, water transparent. Nature preserves its pristineness. In the mountains, it is easier to feel the presence of Tao, to see its manifestations in the play of mists, in the flight of eagles, in the sound of waterfalls, in the silence of rocks. The hermit seeks a cave or builds a simple hut from stones and wood. The place must be protected from wind, but open to light. Nearby there must be water, a spring or stream. And important is the energy of the place, Taoists felt, where the qi of earth flows strongly and harmoniously. Such places were called dragon veins, and it was believed that practice there was especially effective. The life of a hermit is extremely simple. He rises at dawn, when yang energy begins to rise, spends the morning in meditation, in qigong practices, in breathing exercises. His breathing synchronizes with the breathing of nature. He becomes part of it, ceases to be separate. Food is minimal. Some ate only wild plants, roots, nuts, berries. Others grew a small garden, millet, vegetables, healing herbs. The most advanced masters learned to live on bigu, refusal of grains, nourishing themselves only with qi, dew, and sunlight. They said the body can be nourished not only with material food, but also with energy directly. Of course, such practice requires many years of preparation and is not possible for everyone. But even partial restriction of food had meaning. Digesting food requires a lot of energy that can be directed to spiritual work. Moreover, hunger purifies the body and makes the mind more clear and receptive to subtle experiences. Days pass in the rhythm of nature. Meditation, practice, contemplation, simple work. Gather firewood, bring water, sweep the cave. Each action becomes meditation when you do it fully, consciously, without haste. There is no more separation between practice and ordinary life. Everything is practice. The hermit speaks little, often keeps silence for days and weeks. When there is no one to talk to, the mind gradually quiets down. The habit of constant internal dialogue, commenting on everything you see and feel, begins to disappear. In the silence of words, another silence is born, deeper, fuller. At nights, when the moon illuminates mountain peaks, the hermit can sit for hours simply gazing into space, not thinking, not meditating in the usual sense, just existing. In these moments, the boundaries between him and the world blur. He does not look at mountains. He is the mountains. He does not hear wind. He himself is wind. He does not observe stars. He is part of this cosmic dance. Encounters with wild animals are common. Deer come to the spring to drink water. Monkeys play in trees. Snakes warm themselves on stones. Tigers pass by. The hermit does not fear them, and they do not fear him. When there is no aggression in a person, no predatory energy, animals feel this and accept him as part of nature. There are stories of masters who befriended tigers, fed dragons, talked with birds. Maybe these are exaggerations, or maybe at a certain level of consciousness, such communication is indeed possible. When consciousness expands, includes not only human, but all living things, understanding without words arises, connection without forms. Winter in the mountains is a severe test. Cold penetrates to the bones, food is scarce, going out of the cave is difficult. But Taoist masters developed internal fire, a technique that allows the body to remain warm, even in severe frost. Through special breathing practices and visualizations, they could raise body temperature, dry, wet clothes on themselves, sit on snow without freezing. Long months of solitude can lead to crises. Longing for people arises, for familiar life. The mind begins to invent reasons why you need to return back to the world. Strange visions, hallucinations, meetings with spirits and demons may appear. Taoist texts warn about such trials and teach how to pass them. The main rule is not to become attached to anything that arises. You see a deity, bow and release. You see a demon, recognize it as a projection of your mind, and release. You experience bliss. Rejoice, but do not cling. You experience terror. Accept, but do not run away. Everything that comes in meditation comes and goes. What matters is not to lose center, not to lose connection with the one who observes all these experiences. Years in the mountains transform a person completely. His body becomes light, flexible despite the years. His eyes acquire a special light. His presence radiates peace. When he speaks, words are few, but each word sounds like truth born from depth, not from books. Some hermits never returned to the world of people. They spent the rest of their lives in the mountains and died there in meditation. Their bodies, found by students or travelers, sometimes naturally mummified, preserved for years. Others, having reached a certain realization, returned to teach, to help, to share what was found. But even having returned, they remained hermits internally. They lived simply, spoke little, were not attached to fame or followers. Their presence was teaching more powerful than any words. People came to them not for answers to questions, but for transmission of the state of peace and clarity that the Master radiated. The path to the mountains is not for everyone, and Taoism never required such a radical step from everyone. But the archetype of the mountain hermit lives in the collective consciousness as a reminder of possibility, the possibility to release everything, to deepen into practice completely, to find truth not in books and theories, but in direct experience of unity with Tao. And even if you never go into the mountains physically, you can create the cave of a hermit in your heart, a place of silence where you can return amid noise and bustle, a place where there is no past and future, no roles and obligations. There is only pure being, the breath of Tao, the eternal present. But not all Taoist practices occurred in secluded caves. There were also communities, monasteries, temples where masters and students practice together, supporting each other on the path. These sacred places were built in special points of earth, on mountains that were considered abodes of spirits and deities. In total in China, there are 5 sacred mountains, each connected with one of the 5 elements and directions. But for Taoism, 3 are especially important. Wudangshan in the north, Mountain of Water, where martial arts Taiji and internal alchemy developed. Qingchengshan in the west, one of the most ancient places of Taoist practice, where, according to legend, Zhang Daoling lived, the founder of organized Taoism. Huashan in the east, mountain of metal, known for its sheer cliffs and temples built in the most incredible places. Climbing such a mountain is already practice. The path leads upward, becoming steeper. Legs get tired, breathing quickens, muscles burn. But you continue to walk step by step. This is like the spiritual path. Difficult, requires effort. But with each step you become higher, see farther, breathe purer. Along the way, there are small temples and shrines. Here you can stop, rest, burn incense, drink tea. Monks meet pilgrims, share simple food, tell stories about the mountain and masters who practiced here. In their presence, a special calm is felt. People who have found their place and live in harmony with it. Finally, after many hours of climbing, you reach the main temple at the summit, and a view opens that takes your breath away. Clouds float below you. Mountain peaks recede to the horizon in waves. Sun plays in mists. Wind carries the purity of heights. And you understand why the ancients chose these places for practice. Here, earth meets heaven, material with spiritual, human with divine. The architecture of Taoist temples is special. They do not crush with grandeur like imperial palaces, and do not suppress with asceticism like some Buddhist monasteries. They are built into nature as if grown from it. Curves of roofs repeat contours of mountains. Colors red, green, gold are bright, but not garish, pleasing to the eye, but not distracting the mind. Inside the temple, it is spacious and bright. Large windows let in light and air. There is no feeling of closedness, heaviness. Statues of deities, immortals, masters stand on altars surrounded by incense smoke, flowers, offerings. But these are not idols for worship. They are reminders of qualities that can be developed in oneself, of masters who walked the path and showed that it is possible. The central figure is often Lao Tzu, depicted as an old man with a wise and kind face. Nearby may be the three pure ones, the highest deities of the Taoist pantheon, representing three aspects of Tao. Somewhere to the side are the 8 Immortals, each with his attribute. On walls are paintings illustrating legends and teachings. But the temple is not a museum. It is a living place of practice. In the morning, monks rise before dawn and gather in the main hall for group meditation. They sit in silence, motionless, for an hour or more. Then they practice Qigong, moving synchronously like one organism. Sounds of flutes and drums ring out not for entertainment, but for tuning energy. After morning practices, there is simple breakfast, rice porridge, vegetables, herbal tea. They eat in silence or while reading sacred texts. Then each goes to his duties. Some work in the garden, some copy texts, some prepare herbal medicines, some receive pilgrims. In the monastery, there is a library with ancient texts, some of which are hundreds of years old. Here are stored not only philosophical treatises, but also manuals on alchemy, medicine, astrology, martial arts. An experienced monk can show a student the right text at the right moment when he is ready to understand its depth. There is an alchemical laboratory where healing medicines, herbal pills, ointments are prepared. Here also, they study properties of minerals and plants, experiment with combinations. Although Taoists long ago abandoned the idea of external elixir of immortality, medical alchemy flourishes, helping to maintain health and prolong life. There is a hall of martial arts where monks train body and spirit through movement. Taiji, Bagua, Xingyi. These internal styles are based on Taoist principles. Movements are slow, flowing, but behind them is hidden enormous power. A master can defeat an opponent using his own strength against him, redirecting the attack like water flows around stone. In the evening, there is again group practice. It may be meditation. It may be chanting of sacred texts. It may be a ceremony with incense, drums, bells. These rituals are not meaningless. They create sacred space where ordinary consciousness recedes and the heart opens for experiencing Tao. Life in the monastery is strictly disciplined, but not in a military sense. Discipline here is harmony. Everyone knows his place and does his work without ego, without competition. Hierarchy exists, but not as power, but as natural flow. Elders teach juniors, experienced help novices, but all are equal before Tao. A new novice goes through a probationary period. He is given simple tasks: sweep, carry water, work in the kitchen. They observe how he copes, what his character is, whether he is patient, modest, sincere in seeking. If he passes this period, he is formally accepted, given a Taoist name, an instructor. Training goes gradually. First, the basics: ethics, philosophy, simplest practices. Then deeper: work with energy, meditation, study of texts. Only when the student is ready are the most advanced practices of internal alchemy transmitted to him. Secret techniques that are not written in books but passed orally from teacher to student. The teacher-student relationship is sacred. This is not simply transmission of information. It is transmission of state, awakening in the student of what already exists, but sleeps. The teacher sees the potential of the student, knows his weaknesses and strengths, guides gently but precisely, sometimes with a word, sometimes with silence, sometimes with a blow of the staff, if needed, to destroy a concept the student clings to. Holidays in the monastery are special. The birthday of Lao Tzu, holidays of the immortals, changes of seasons. All this is celebrated, but not like worldly holidays. These are moments of intensifying practice, deep immersion, gratitude to the teaching and masters. And in these temples, between heaven and earth, on peaks of sacred mountains, continues what began 2,500 years ago with Lao Tzu. The search for immortality continues. The transformation of man, the embodiment of Tao in living form. Each generation adds something of its own, but the essence remains unchanged. Return to the source. Unity with the eternal. Overcoming the illusion of separateness. Today, these monasteries are open to pilgrims and tourists. You can come, climb the mountain, visit the temple, talk with monks. Some monasteries even offer programs for lay people to live for a few days or weeks in the rhythm of the monastery, to practice under the guidance of masters, to touch the tradition. And who knows, maybe for someone, this visit will be the beginning of the path, a moment when something responds in the heart, when you feel a call to something greater than ordinary life. And then the mountains will be waiting. Temples will be open. Masters will be ready to accept a new student who seeks not tourism, but transformation. Because the door to immortality is always open for those who are ready to enter. The stories of immortals, practices of alchemy, lives of hermits in mountains, temples on sacred peaks. All this may seem far from the ordinary life of modern people, but in reality, the wisdom of Taoism is incredibly relevant today, perhaps even more than ever, because the modern world, with its speed, stresses, information overload, creates conditions where people desperately need to return to balance, peace, connection with something eternal. Let us begin with the most important thing: how to understand immortality today. Obviously, physical immortality, in the literal sense, is impossible, or at least inaccessible to most. But the Taoist understanding of immortality has always been deeper. It is not about the body living forever. It is about connecting with what in you is not born and does not die, with pure awareness that exists beyond form and time. In a modern context, this means living so that each moment is full, not postponing life for later, not wasting years chasing phantom goals, not losing yourself in the endless race of achievements, but finding eternity here and now, in the depth of the present moment. This is true immortality, the ability to touch the timeless in the middle of time. The three treasures, Jing, Qi, Shen, have direct application in modern life. Jing is your basic energy, reserve of strength, health. In a world where people exhaust themselves with overwork, lack of sleep, stress, care for Jing is critically important. This means getting enough sleep, eating quality food, not wasting energy on unnecessary dramas and conflicts, cherishing your life force as a precious treasure. Qi is your daily energy, ability to act, feel, interact. Modern life is full of blocks, stagnation from sedentary work, emotional clamps from suppressed feelings, energy, exhaustion from constant stress. Practices of Qigong, yoga, Taiji, even just conscious walks and breathing exercises help unblock Qi, restore flow, return vitality. Shen is your consciousness, clarity of mind, emotional balance. In an era of information overload, when attention is constantly fragmented and the mind jumps from one thing to another, practices for strengthening Shen are invaluable. Meditation, journaling, time in silence, periods without gadgets, all this nourishes and restores spirit. The principle of non-action, Wu Wei, is often misunderstood as passivity. But in reality, it is the wisdom to act effectively without unnecessary tension. Modern culture glorifies hustle, constant busyness, multitasking. But research shows that this is ineffective and harmful. The Taoist approach is to do less, but better. Focus on what truly matters. Act from center, not from anxiety. The principle of softness is also relevant. In a world where aggressiveness, assertiveness, competitiveness are valued, Taoist wisdom reminds us that water defeats stone not by force, but by constancy. In relationships, a soft approach is often more effective than an aggressive one. At work, cooperation is often more productive than competition. In conflicts, acceptance often leads to solution faster than resistance. Return to simplicity is an answer to the endless complication of modern life. We have too many things, too many choices, too much information. Taoism teaches to simplify. Own less but quality. Have fewer obligations but meaningful ones. Consume less information but valuable. Live more simply but more deeply. Connection with nature in an urban environment may seem impossible. But even in a city, you can find parks. You can grow plants at home. You can listen to sounds of nature. You can go out of town on weekends. Nature is not a luxury, but a necessity for balance. Even 10 minutes among trees measurably improve health and mood. Nutrition, according to Taoist principles, emphasizes fresh, natural, local products, balance of 5 tastes, moderation in quantity, awareness in the process of eating. This is the opposite of modern fast food, processed products, overeating on the go. Return to how people ate for thousands of years, slowly, gratefully, in harmony with seasons. Working with emotions, Taoism does not teach to suppress emotions, but does not call to indulge them either. It teaches to be aware of emotions, understand them as movements of energy, allow them to flow and transform. Anger is qi of the liver rising upward. Fear is qi of the kidneys descending downward. Understanding this, you can work with emotions on the energy level, restoring balance through breathing, movement, awareness. Relationships. Modern culture often romanticizes passionate love full of drama. The Taoist approach sees the ideal in harmony, where partners balance each other like yin and yang. They do not dissolve in each other, but preserve individuality, complementing and supporting. They do not demand from the other to fill the emptiness inside, but come into relationship from fullness. Aging. Taoism does not see old age as an enemy that must be defeated at any cost. Aging is a natural process, but it can be slowed and made more graceful through practices. Many masters of Tai Chi and Qigong demonstrate incredible flexibility, strength, and clarity of mind at 70, 80, 90 years. Not because they stopped time, but because they live in harmony with it. Death. Modern culture denies death, hides it, fears it. Taoism teaches to accept death as a natural part of the cycle. What is born dies. What dies transforms into new life. When you accept death, fear disappears, and life becomes more full because you value each moment. Meaning of life. Modern people often seek meaning in achievements, accumulation, recognition. Taoism offers a different meaning: to live in accordance with Tao, to be yourself, express your unique nature, serve the harmony of the whole, not try to become someone great, but be who you are fully, sincerely, joyfully. Spirituality. Without religion, many modern people move away from traditional religions, but still seek spirituality. Taoism can be philosophy and practice without the need to believe in gods or dogmas. Tao is not a personality to be worshipped, but a principle that can be followed. Practices work regardless of faith. Just do and feel the result. Modern science. Interestingly, modern physics, quantum mechanics, relativity theory comes to conclusions surprisingly similar to Taoist philosophy. Interconnection of everything. The observer influences the observed. Emptiness is full of potential. Ancient sages knew this intuitively. Modern scientists prove it mathematically. Perhaps true wisdom is beyond time, and different paths lead to the same truths. How to start today? You do not need to go into mountains or become a monk. Start small. 5 minutes of meditation in the morning. Conscious breathing several times a day. A walk in nature once a week. Simplification of life. Get rid of unnecessary things, obligations, relationships that exhaust. Do what you do fully, not dividing attention. Read texts. Tao Te Ching, short, deep. Each time opens anew. Find a teacher or online course in Taiji, Qigong, meditation. Not necessarily a perfect teacher, just someone who has practiced longer than you and can guide. Join a group of practitioners. Together, it is easier to maintain regularity. But the most important thing is not techniques, but quality of presence. You can do Taiji mechanically and get nothing. Or you can simply sit on a bench in a park, fully present in the moment, and this will be deep practice. Tao is everywhere, in breath, in steps, in heartbeat, in rustling of leaves. You only need to stop, slow down, open attention. The path to immortality, in modern understanding, is the path to fullness of life here and now, to health, energy, clarity, to simplicity, harmony, joy, to connection with yourself, with others, with nature, with Tao. This is not renunciation of the world, but full participation in it, but from the center of peace, not from the periphery of anxiety. And when the time comes to leave the body, which is inevitable for all forms, you do it easily, because you know from experience, not from faith, that you are more than form, that what you really are was never born and will never die, that Yao and Tao are not two, but one, that returning home is not death, but awakening in what was always here. An ancient sage said, "Life is a long dream, and we will all wake up someday." Taoist practice is a way to begin waking up right now, not waiting for physical death. Waking up in the beauty of the moment, in the mystery of breath, in the miracle of existence. This is immortality, to live so fully that time disappears and only this eternal shining now remains. Breathe deeply. Relax completely. You are home. You have always been home. Welcome to the immortality of the ordinary moment, where all the wonder of Tao is hidden.